think I have solved that problem. I think. Anyway, more on this in the video. You're gonna stick around and find out, because obviously it's not set in stone until it's set in stone. But I think this is gonna solve the problem. I never expected the week to go the way it did this week, but it did, and I'm very, very excited to be able to share it with you. What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name's Chris, and I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. Over the last 4 years, I've been reselling on eBay. I started off with media, books, video games, everything, anything that I could sell. And then over the last 1.5 years to 2 years, I've transitioned into predominantly clothing. I still sell everything, but 80% of my business is clothing. Last week, I got 500 kilos of clothing that came to my storage units, and I started to process that. And there was a lot of conversation that I was having last week around what's the future of the business look like now that I'm starting to do big deals like that. And I guess the whole topic for this week is, one, constant change is here to stay. I mean, it's kind of been the whole thing of this progress journey, is I'm continuously changing, adapting, pivoting, and making the necessary changes to get me to where I want to be in the business. Now, I could never have predicted how this week was going to go. Just like any other week, we never know how it's going to go, but you've got to make the progress as the opportunity arrives, right? And that might just mean doing reps daily. It might just be hitting the targets or the goals every day. Or sometimes it's about making new decisions or making changes that's going to help you in the long term as well. Once I share with you what's happened this week, it all makes sense to me. Hopefully it all makes sense to you. But then again, it doesn't really matter if you think it's a good idea or a bad idea, because I'm building my business. Now, I'm here to share my journey. If there's tips and tricks and things that you can take from this along the way, by all means, please do. If you've got any questions or comments, you're more than happy to continue the conversation down below in the comments. Make sure you stick around, and if you do, I will go through some of the lessons at the end of the video of what I've learned from this week, as well as share some of the financials of the week, but also how we're tracking for June, which is the final month for FY24. Let's dive in. Folks, welcome to Monday. It's a new week. It's also a new month. We're in June now, which always scares me, because we have to do it all over again and see if we can do it better or maintain it or keep it average. But the real focus for June is really just to finish the FY strong. Today's focus is actually pick, pack and post. We've got a laundry delivery coming through. Probably more of an admin day for me, but continuing to go through the Stocktake, continuing to go through the consolidation, all those things that I was doing last week. And then the rest of the week is kind of like just getting into the month, trying to start strong, continue to process the 500 kilos of clothing. Yeah, nothing actually out of the ordinary this week. Might have a consignment pickup, which will be good to continue to get put through the electronics and whatnot. But otherwise, not pretty basic week. I say that with tongue in cheek, because it's never as simple as we say. So yeah, come along. Nothing too much to say this morning. I think we've got about 30 orders to go out, and we ended up doing about 5,500 for the week. So pretty happy with how the week has gone, how we finished May, yeah, let's get cracking, and I'll see you in at the shop. Let's do it. Alright folks, here, got all the washing out ready to go, so I'm actually getting some dropped off that I sent away on Thursday. This will get switched over, another 9 bags, and then today's goal is really just to continue along in here. So this is all the stuff that I've been pulling out, got to sort through that. Obviously have a pick, pack and post that I have to do as well, which I'm just going to quickly show you now how much we have, so you have a bit of an idea. I think it was 36 in total. So we're on 66,284, and yeah, we've got 36 to go out as well. So a lot of bundles actually. So it's probably a total of about 40 to 45 items and 36 orders in total. So we'll get cracking on that, and then I've got to start to work through all this today. I'm probably just going to do consolidation myself. And I need to go through all this. I actually need to do a bit of spot check of some of the stuff we pulled out, because still found some of it listed, so got to be careful with that too. Anyway, I'm going to get cracking. I'll show you the stuff that we're sending a little bit later once I get to it. I just got to do a little bit of shuffling and get things in flow. Okie dokie, folks, we've got quite a bit going out. We've got all this is closed. There's a couple of bundles in there. This literally just sold. Nice little Catherine that one's gone for, I think it was 51. Couple of bundle of jeans, lots of jeans for some strange reason. a couple of jackets, and then we've got just some bits and bobs here. We've got some cameras, a camera, Dragon Ball Z cards, a yo-yo that's gone for 60 bucks, a little Zelda thing here, and a book, one book. Nothing too crazy, I don't think. I mean, the Dragon Ball Z went for 100 bucks. That's gone for 200. He went for 60, as I said. In here, the clothes-wise, some of the jackets have gone for, I think one went for 100 or 99 and 97 cents. The red one, the redhead jacket, which is the denim one right there, it's gone for 59.20. But really just bread and butter. My average ASP at the moment is, well, actually just for June, which we're only 3 days in, surprisingly it's been pretty good. We're sitting at ASP at $49. If you see it right there, this is just to main tracking. You probably can't see it too well. Anyway, I'll put it up on screen, see what it really is by the time you see this video. Alright, I'm gonna get packing. And postage is done. 1.5 bags, and all the washing is back as well. Got all this before, didn't film it. So this has all come back. Also sent them 2 trolleys. This is all North Face. Next goal is to probably start to get into some sweaters and some other stuff as well, which will go out on Thursday. Whew. Folks, it's me again. Just nicking out to get a coffee for myself and the photographer. It's super cold up there. One thing I forgot to mention at the start of this, well, for Monday, for the start of this video, was that this week's focus is actually, well, sorry, not this week, but for June, we're actually trialing the new process where I'm going to be doing clothing myself. So trying a new routine schedule. Certain days I'll do certain things, like Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm going to be doing clothing, and the days when my photographer's in, they're going to be doing stuff as well, the clothing on those days. So going to be splicing that up this week. The other thing that's happening this week, which has kind of just happened in the last couple of moments, is, remember I was, sorry, this is just falling down. Remember I was talking about last week where every time I need to grow, adapt, change, things always present themselves. And it's interesting how that works, because as I've grown, I realize what is required to get me to where I want to be, and I know when to execute, and I know how to execute. I'm comfortable executing. I'm happy to make those decisions in real time. And I know I'm talking a little bit of code, but you'll understand this a little bit better later in the week. Always making changes. Last week I spoke about how I do need to make some more changes. I'm being pretty ruthless with, the stock that I'm kind of selling. I'm being ruthless with how I clear that stock out. I'm also being ruthless and trying to be mindful and understanding of, in order to grow, I have to be strict. I have to have a better routine. I have to fix the friction points. I need to enable things to happen. Having a warehouse doesn't necessarily solve that problem, because it's a higher cost. And I'm not ready for a warehouse yet, because that's still a fair little bit away. When I know probably 6 months at least, I would think, just from reviewing and revisiting different things. But at the same time, I know that I need to make certain decisions to enable us to grow. Like, space isn't necessarily an issue, but at the same time, it is, because we need to be productive. We need to be making sure we're able to do things without having too many issues, or need to be able to make progress without having to set things up, take things down, all that stuff. I mean, this has all been a bit of a progress, or a bit of a work in progress ever since I had my first stories, always adapting, always changing as things change. And just, thinking about what's the next steps, what do I need to be able to do? Actually, I'm just getting a phone call, so just give me a moment. All right, kind of lost my train of thought here, but the point is, I'm continuously always trying to make adjustments and fix the friction points, figure out what is the best way to move forward with the least amount of resistance. And sometimes that comes very unexpectedly, and I'm pretty excited to be able to think, hopefully if everything goes well this week, I'll have some pretty cool, exciting news to be able to share, just to get things moving in the right direction again. And, you know, I've been tossing and turning, you know, should I be getting into a warehouse quick? I've been tossing and turning, should I be getting another staff member? I've been tossing and turning, should I be, all these different things. But my number one priority has been, I need to list more in order to sell more. In order to list more, I need to be able to list easier. And when I say list, it's not about, I have no issues with my lister. My lister does amazing work and he's a gun at it. I'm talking about, I need to be able to get more items to my lister to be able to list, and that's getting more photos done. I have my photographer, they do probably 50 to 60 a day when they're in, so I'm getting about 120 to 150 from them a week. My goal is I want to be doing 900 listings a month, and I'm also doing obviously the non-clothing stuff. So long story short, again, basically trying to elevate that, make that happen. I think I have solved that problem. I think. Anyway, more on this in the video. You're going to stick around and find out, because obviously it's not set in stone until it's set in stone. But I think this is going to solve the problem. Anyway, I'm going to go get the coffees. I've got to pick up a few other supplies as well. Let's rock and roll. Had lunch, had a coffee. I've just been sorting through all of this that tub of clothes that I had pulled out from Friday with Carla. Gone through it all, understood what's good, which is that pile and this pile, and then the rest is kind of gone over there. Yeah, very odd, but that is what it is. Now I'm going to start probably on consolidation, so that fun game, and then move on to the next thing. Alright team, just finished the consolidation. It's crazy how much light this brings in when it's not in the middle here. So basically we've gained all this back except for that bottom one, which is pretty good. Here's a nice little workout, and now these are all the ones that have just been done today. So got to bring all those and put them in here. So for those that don't know, when we run out of SKU numbers, which at the moment the last item that we put in was up to like 6,400 and something. Anyway, we ran out, so I print them out manually, just using a little Dymo tool. Got the little size labels and just pull them all out, and then they get rolled up onto this, and that's we do 750 at a time because that's the max the little label has, and then covers us for another good month and a half, depending on if we were to do all clothing, it would be a month. So woohoo, nearly at 10,000. We just landed at 7,240. Alright folks, just been doing a bit of a clean up here, and in here, just making a bit more space for some things. That's pretty much a wrap of Monday. Monday is done. What a day. I tell you, doing that consolidation after doing a 16k trail run yesterday, not a smart idea. I'm feeling it now. Anyway folks, that's it for today. Tomorrow we'll have Carla with me as well, so we'll be going through a bit of photos and whatnot. I'll be doing clothing tomorrow. I'll probably have her doing some Lego stuff and some toy stuff, and then probably do some more sorting of clothes for another pickup that comes on Thursday, when the rest will get dropped off that we did today. So just keeping it processing through, trying to get as much as that done as possible for this month. And also, if I'm going to be doing the clothing as well, we should be able to get as much, probably not double, but we'll probably be able to start to double down a bit on getting more clothing listings up, which would hopefully help the sell-through rate, which will hopefully make more sales and get us towards the next direction for growth. So always something. Anyway, more on this, a bit more through the week, and I'll see you tomorrow. Folks, it's Tuesday, and the funny thing is, it's not even morning. It's been a bit of a wild morning, and look, there's nothing wrong with this, but you know, sometimes things just don't go as planned. So it's actually 1 o'clock. Unfortunately, I had to take Carla to the doctor's this morning. She wasn't feeling too well, hadn't been feeling well for a couple of days or so, and I said, nah, let's do it. So I took her to the doctor's, which going to the doctor's at this time of the year is just nuts. It was packed, like just so many people. Anyway, so that's happened this morning, and look, you got to take priority, and I think that's one of the beauties of working for yourself is you're able to switch things around, change things up, and do what you got to do. And of course, that's my priority, is to make sure Carla's okay. So done that this morning. I did a little bit of admin this morning and had to wrap up some of the consignments for the end of month and things like that, like send invoicing and all that. And now we're back off to the shop. I had intended to kick off the new routine that I was going to be doing for June today, meaning my photographer's not in today. I was going to kick off doing all the photos for clothing, and that's what we're going to be doing on a routine basis. Is Monday is more admins and quick win. Tuesday I do clothing. Wednesday they do clothing. Thursday I do clothing. And then Friday it's I'm doing quick wins and admin. Really trying to build into the business that I don't have to do as much when I get home, because I find that when I get home after work is, you know, I'm still doing a few things in terms of like planning or just thinking about stuff, and trying to bring that down to a minimum as possible. But today I will do a pick, pack and post. That will be number one priority. And then I'm going to do some other things. It's actually pretty exciting, and I want to give you guys a little bit of an update. Yesterday I was talking to you about, you know, some of the things that I'm trying to do this week that's going to make things for the better. And I'm going to lead into this a little bit just to help you guys understand my process and approach. And I might have already clarified this yesterday. I can't remember what I was talking about because I got interrupted with a phone call. But this is the short of it. Last week I spoke about that as I continue to grow, I need to figure out how to grow the most appropriate way and scale. And naturally, I've been saying to get a warehouse. Now, to get a warehouse, it's about $2,500 a month. It's going to cost me a 2-year to 3-year lease, which means it locks me in. And then there's all these startup costs, meaning just capital costs to get things in shape, like get things, you know, whether it's shelving, whether it's setup of the area, whether it's putting in washing machines, with all these different things. Now that I estimate could be another 10 grand on top of the 2.5 outgoing on a monthly basis. So we're really looking at about $40,000 for an entire year. Probably a little less than that, but it's quite a lot, and that's probably for like a 200 square meter warehouse. And you know, I'm not talking a brand new thing. This is probably an older one. So that's where I'm at with that. But at the same time, like, my storage units cost me about $1,200, and that's for 3, and that's for 60 square meters. So as you can see, it's a big jump, and I'm not necessarily ready for that yet. However, getting 500 kilos of clothing last week revealed to me that I need to change things up, and that's why I'm going to be starting this new routine, why I'm going to be doing things the way I'm doing. But at the same time, I had the weird idea of like, well, actually, one of the thoughts was to outsource all of the washing even when I had the warehouse, or I could actually just do it in-house and make some savings. But I actually thought, if I had 500 kilos of clothing come in, and I'm able to process that, wash that, and have that all done within like a week, it's a lot of cost, everything happens in a shorter period of time, but it means that everything's ready to go and we can just focus on getting it photoed. At the moment, I have to do it on a, you know, every 2 weeks or every week, send a bit here, a bit there, because I don't have space to put it. I don't have space to process it. And that's why we stagger it out. But with some new ways of thinking and some of the different things that I want to push towards, I've been motivated to spice things up and change things up again, which is what I'm really alluding to. So, what's changing? What am I doing to make this happen? Well, funny story, I got another storage unit, and I'm going to take you through that shortly once we get to the unit. But yesterday, and you probably maybe picked up that I wasn't really telling everything yesterday, but what happened was I got into the storage unit yesterday, and I noticed that the 4th one right next to me, which is, I'm in 1, 2, 3, and then number 4 right next to me was open. It's just wide open. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And then it made me think, it's like, maybe I should just move in. And I was joking with my photographer. But then I started thinking about it a bit more, and it's like, well, hang on. I've always said that these opportunities, these things reveal themselves when they need to be revealed. Because I've got 500 kilos of clothing. I need to process it as quick as possible. Ideally, I want to process it this side of the financial year. And to match with my payment terms that I have with my invoicing for my supplier of my clothing, if I can process this, get it listed, I could potentially make a lot of the revenue back to pay for the invoice and I didn't have to put any money out of my own pocket. That's a different conversation, and that's not really the reason why I'm doing it. But it was open, so I went and chatted to my manager and I said, hey, I saw it's open. Is it sold? Is someone going to be going in there? Is it going to be rented out? La-di-da-di-da. They said, no, it's available. And I said, why do you want it? And I said, for the right price, I do. Anyway, a little bit of chit chat, and secured it by the end of day yesterday on Monday. Locked that in, and yeah, I now have 4 storage units. This was never the intention. I did not want to get a 4th storage unit because it just didn't make sense. But what I've been talking about over the last couple of days and last week as well was, in order for me to grow, I put a little carrot in front of me to motivate me, to get me pushing to the next thing. And I also have to put skin in the game. Putting skin in the game means I put a little bit more money, or I put whether it's employing someone, or all those different things, because it forces you to take action. Because if you don't, the result is worse off, right? Meaning you don't get the benefit of what you're applying. So got that, and the main focus of that is that I'm going to be able to process all of this 500 kilos of clothing, hopefully over the next week or so. You get it all there, and then when it's all washed, it'll all be sitting out flat laid and ready to go, so we have no reason to have to jump between bags, jump between bales, and shuffle things around. I have already gained, just by having this storage unit, I have gained an additional 10 minutes per day just by not having to set up certain things, because I've got the space to be able to put it. And that 10 minutes every day, if I'm working 20 days a week, it's 200 minutes. It's going to get me back, what 3 hours and a bit, which I know it doesn't sound like much, but the reality is, as you scale, time is sucked out of you more and more. Well, I'm finding it is, and I need to get that time back as quick as possible. And basically this storage unit is going to cost me about $12 a day. I'm happy to pay 12 bucks a day if it makes my life so much easier, stress less, and I'm able to get productivity up. So I'm going to trial this for the month with that new routine that we're doing, and actually see if it's going to make any difference. I think it will. Obviously today I didn't get to test that process, but that's okay. We'll test it for the rest of the week. And yeah, I'm super excited. So I'll show you that once we get in. It's not set up yet because we were going to go do that this morning, Carla and I, but Carla's unwell. She's been to the doctor. She's okay. She just needs to rest. So she's at home. She's having some rest, and maybe later in the week she might come and help me with things. So today my focus is pick, pack and post, and continue to get that set up and just do a little bit of planning. But I'm excited. It's the next stage in the business. And like, I know it seems wild, but what scares me the most, it doesn't scare me. What gives me confidence most is I didn't even hesitate. Like, it was I made the decision literally within 15 minutes. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. It makes sense. I ran the numbers in my head. I'm like, we had our best profit last month. It's like, it's going to make things better. I chatted with my photographer about it as well, and they think it's going to make their life easier as well, just because it just removes clutter. There's just so many pros and cons. I mean, so many pros over cons, and went down there, did it, made it happen, paid for all the other ones for the rest of the month. So now I'm paying $1,600 a month for my 4 storage units. Works out about average of $400 each. Some are higher, some are less, and happy days. And now I have a total of what do we got? 80 square meters. So I'm happy. I'm super excited. It's a little scary at the same time of how quickly I'm doing these things. I remember getting the first one, but look, for all the people that have been messaging saying they're enjoying the journey of me building this business, I've gotten to the point where, like, I get scared with this, right? Like, because as I continue to grow, I have to make more decisions, or I have to put more skin in the game. It scares me. But so far, everything's been working, and we're seeing the growth, and it's going in the right direction. So I'm like, well, why wouldn't I keep doing things that make sense? They're calculated risks. They're all risks by all means, and it might not work out. But worst case, scale down, pull back, and fix any issues. So look, that's that. That's the update. I'm going to take you through all these details once we get in. I'll give you a bit more of an overview. Bit of an update. I really appreciate being able to share this with anyone that's watching, commenting, messaging, liking, sharing. it does mean the world to me that I can bring you along for this journey, and hopefully it inspires you and encourages you to go after your own dreams. It doesn't have to be the business, it doesn't even have to be reselling, it doesn't even have to be eBay, just whatever it is that you want. So let's do it, let's go to the shop and let's get the day cracking. All right, so we've got this one. As you can see, all the bales are no longer here. And then we have this one. And then we have this one. And as you can notice, there's no big moving thing here anymore. That's because we now have this one. I can't believe we're here. I don't have lighting or anything in here yet, so it's still getting kind of set up. But as you can see right here, this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to be processing all of these bales and you'll go right around. Well, probably not right around. I'm going to get this all set up. I haven't got the full details. Got this all last minute yesterday and just got a couple of tables to start that. But this was going to be the mission today, but we're a little bit behind schedule, but that's okay. And then that guy is over there, which makes my life so much easier. We'll probably end up putting the RM Williams in there as well. So anyway, we're going to do a pick, pack and post, get that cracking. I got to pinch myself, I can't believe this. Anyway, it's just meant to be. Let's get cracking. All right, time to pick, pack and post, and we're still on $66,582. Let this load. Why is it not showing? eBay's been a little weird today. They did an update. There we go. 66,582. We've got 12 items going out, a bunch of different things. Some pretty cool jackets. We've got this super dry jacket. We've got a North Face. I think the coolest one is actually this UFC jacket that's gone for 202, I think it was. We've got this guy going overseas for 50 bucks. Someone's purchased 5 items, a couple of bundles here. They're individual. And then this one's gone for $60, $70. It's gone for 57, and 2 phone bundles. That one's gone for about, it must be about 60 bucks there, 70 bucks there. So not too bad, not a huge volume, but some good ASP. I'm gonna get cracking on this so I can get sorting. The goal was that I was actually gonna, and look, I may still do it. I may try and do a round of clothing in here. We've got so much North Face here and here, but I think what I'm gonna do is continue to set that up. My photographer is going to be in all day tomorrow. I'm actually going to be here tomorrow for Wednesday as well. So, yeah. Anyway, lots going on. Let's do pick, pack, and post, and then I'll take you through what I do next. It's never a dull day. All right, postage is all done. It's all in, and I can confirm I will be here tomorrow, all day tomorrow. My photographer is not here tomorrow. They're going to be here on Thursday. So tomorrow my focus will be doing photos. Today my focus is starting to sort through all this. But yeah, so let's get cracking. Need some scissors. Now, how we actually do this is basically, this I started yesterday to be honest, but check all pockets, button all buttons, check all zips, make sure everything's enclosed. This is getting it ready for washing. Also, it's just a good way to check if there's any blemishes or any issues or any color damage or anything like that before it does go out for washing. Yeah, that's really the process. Sort through, do a count. I've already counted all this. This stuff is all Harley Davidson stuff. And it's men's, women's, and then basically I'm just going to put them into bags. My current washer does about 10 bags max per load, but ideally I think for this week it will continue to be her, but in the long run, if I was to process all of this at once, I would basically try and just send it all off. Probably Jim's washing, probably pay a little bit more, but it will probably all be done in a week, not even a couple of days. So, but yeah, I'm gonna have to be super careful with that, or see if my laundry lady can just do repeats on days rather than doing it across 3 days. That's what we're going to do. Testing the process. This is the only way to learn, is to test the process. I don't know anyone else doing it like this, like my model, so I'm creating my model, and this is what it looks like. I'm not like time-lapsing all of this or anything like that, but I figured I'd just give you a bit of an update. So just going through, put them into colors, I've checked them, some of the special care stuff over here, just making sure that, you know, it is separated out. And, you know, there's some pretty cool stuff in here, like, I mean, nothing crazy, this is from 2005. There's some nice little things in here, jackets, jeans, shirts, the whole works. All right, first batch of clothes is all done. That was about, I think it was 29, 33 kilos around there somewhere. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 bags, which isn't actually too bad. Now I'm going to open up another bale and start on that one. This time I'm going to be doing sweaters. And this is how we're going to open them up. This is what it looks like. A bale of clothes. Nice. Right, now it's all out. A whole bunch of different sweaters. We've got everything here. We've got Ralph Lauren, but even got some Patagonia actually. Just found that just now. All this, just heaps. So I'm going to now separate this all into if it needs to have special care or if it can just all go together, and then I've got to put it into colors. I've got to check all buttons, I've got to check all pockets. This is a slog, guys. Like this is the process to do it. I know other people probably don't take as much care, but I do. How do you do? If you do this, how do you do it? Do you wash your clothing? I mean, this is coming out of a bale. They smell, they're wrinkled, like they need the love, and I'm going to give them the love. Coolest find out of this lot was this one just here. This is a vintage Nautica, hand knit. Very nice. Very nice. I've seen a hunting one like this go for $196. I have to look up this one specifically, but this one should, I reckon I'll get $100 for this easy. It's a medium, but it's a big medium too. Not bad, not bad. All right, all done. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bags, and that's roughly 40, that's about 75 kilos right there. So that's probably gonna cost me about $400 to get washed. 400, 350 to 500. Like this is it's a full-on operation. And what I think what scares me the most is it's just the cost of doing business. It's a good thing, but I'm getting comfortable with those kind of things. It's like you do it, it makes your life easier. You're able to process them. They sell better. They sell presentable. People leave great feedback based on that. And yeah, it's high dollars. But I mean, my ASP at the moment is about $53, $52. That includes phones and electronics and stuff. But the reality is like it's working, which is why I went harder. That's why I'm going harder on it. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see how we go for June, July, and then August as well, being the end of winter. As we come into spring, we'll still have a little bit of cooler kind of attire, like people still wearing sweaters and things like that. But then, yeah, we start to ease out of it a little bit, but who knows? I'm basically done. There's no point me opening up another bale now because this is going to get dropped off on Thursday. So my other stuff will get dropped off and that will get given across. And that will be done over the long weekend. I'll get this back Tuesday, and then I will basically, probably Friday, I'll probably open up another bale. I've got shirts in here, I've got jeans in here, and then we're getting pretty close. I reckon maybe 2 more pickups. We should have all this done by middle of June, maybe middle of June-ish, and then hopefully we can just press pretty hard and finish. I'm trying to push. I want to do an extra $5,000 this month. If I can do that, I'm going to hit a pretty solid milestone for the business, which will be nice to try and do. If not, well, we've got next year to do it, right? Anyway, I'm gonna start to pack up. This is pretty good. I don't really have to clean anything else up. Don't have to put that bad boy away. All I've really got to do is just and I'm out of here. So I'm gonna start to get packed up and make my way home. It's nacho night tonight, which is even better. So tomorrow I'll be coming in. It will just be me, and I'll be getting into this. I'll probably try and get hopefully 60 items done. That will be the ideal of clothing, 60 to 70. I haven't done North Face jackets for a while. To be honest, I am enjoying my photographer doing this because they've got it down pat. They're doing a really good job. They're consistent, and I know that the quantity is there in terms of the volume that I want done, and the quality is done. Yeah, but you know, this is all part of scaling up. All right, this is surreal. It really is. I'm gonna pack up and get out of here. Ciao. And just like that, it was Wednesday. What's going on, folks? So today, Wednesday, usually I'm at Backpack for Big Kids today. However, a bit of change of plans. I won't be in there today, but I'll be there actually on Friday. They've got that annual giving day. However, today I'm going to be at the shop. I'm going to be doing everything myself. I've got to do a bit of a pick, pack and post. Usually my photographer's in today, but they're not. So I'm going to go in today and I'm going to be focusing on doing clothing. Like we're starting that process that I've been talking about since the start of the week, is that I'll be doing clothing on some days and the photographer will do them on other days, and when it's half days for me, I'll be doing quick wins or electronics and things like that. So testing that process today. Good news, big win, is I have now for the first time consistently done 30 listings for the morning, moving up from 25. So hopefully for the rest of this week, we shall retain that, and all of June, and then going forward. That's the idea, slowly increasing. So the current goal is 30 per day, which should get us to about 900 listings per month. And cut it short, we're definitely going to see an uptick of hopefully between 10 and 20% of more volume sales per month, which should potentially bring in an extra $2,000 to $2,500. That's the goal anyway. We will see how that works out as we progress into the month. And that's the focus for today. The other little update is tomorrow I've got a big consignment pickup as well. So I'll be doing that, which timing is working out pretty well for all these kind of things. So yeah, we're gonna get cracking on that. And if you're watching this and you haven't realized, the Backpack for Big Kids fundraiser has now begun. You can go check out all the details here. Go check out the campaign video, it's up on screen. Click through there, maybe click through once you finish watching this video. And yeah, please help. We're raising $20,000 for Backpack for Big Kids. We have weekly raffles. We have the opportunity to get involved with the main event. You can do a direct tax deductible donation, or you can provide something. You can send me something that we'll give away, that we'll raise money for. We can auction it off, or we can raffle it off. There's lots of opportunities that we can do. Please get involved. I'll see you at the shop. All right, we're here and we're ready to rock and roll. So we've got a total of only 8 packages going out, nothing crazy. We're on 66,312. So we're kind of in a bit of a slump. We haven't kind of gone up, we kind of haven't gone down. We're just stuck, which is why I'm trying to push a little harder just to keep that momentum happening. We do have this little Lego guy going out. Otherwise, it's just jackets and shirts and jeans, really. There is one here going to Singapore, little Disney shirt. But yeah, other than that, it's been pretty chilled. Good thing was I came in here, didn't have to move anything. It was just a quick little setup. It's the little things. It's the little things. If you know, you know. All right, I'm gonna get packing so we can get cracking into doing photos for the day. All right. Oh, it's a bit dark. Sorry. Hang on, let me get this light on. It turns off. Living in the dark here. So postage is done. Took a little bit of time doing some admin as well, because just dealing with some customers that had some issues. Which is unfortunate. And you know, look, I'm 100% open to being making a mistake or being wrong. What I don't like is when customers, when they reach out and the first thing they do is getting on the attack and start saying, oh, you deliberately did this, or you didn't do this, or why would you not tell us that, or like as if like we're trying to hide something. And I understand it, because there's a lot of people on eBay, unfortunately, that you know, they do dodgy stuff, right? But our intent is never to obviously hide something. I've sold stuff that was from really old, like from, you know, when I first started, an item had an issue with it, which back then I wasn't doing my quality checks, right? So that's on me. Like, I 100% get it, but don't come out and accuse me that that's what my intent was, to, you know, try and trick you or sell something which, you know, was trying to hide a flaw or something like that. Anyway, just having a little rant. I'm going to get cracking on this. I'm going to be starting on these North Face here. I probably won't be filming and showing too much, but, you know, for those that don't know, basically put them up on the board, take probably up to about 15 photos, front, back, any flaws, zips down, hoods, things like that, pockets. I do the quality checking as well, the next level of quality checking, you know, show any flaws and things like that. We do have this little pointer if needed to, and get cracking on these. I'll do this till about lunchtime. I'm gonna have a snack now first, and then we'll do this till lunchtime, and then get cracking on it. So hopefully we can get, I mean, the ideal would be about 60 items. We'll see. Okie dokie team, I have done a total of 20 for now. I'm going to take a break, let the phone charge up a bit. I'm going to upload the photos, and I'm going to have some lunch, just take a quick break, and then we'll get back to it after lunch. So basically what I do is, we do the photos, la-di-da-di-da, get all that done, take the notes, whatever. This is the notes we use here, and then we put them into a folder, and then they get uploaded onto Dropbox, which is just doing right now. And then by doing that, by the time I get home, everything's there. All I got to do is then just digitalize the notes, and then my list is good to go. So really what I want to try and do is have all this process happening, so everything happens before we leave from here, so that we can go home, don't have to do anything else, whether it's me, whether it's a photographer, or whatever. It's not always that easy, but that's the idea. All right, just had a couple of sales come through, so I figured I'll just gonna process these just while I'm finishing lunch, and that way there's gonna get me over to probably a bit more. So got a nice little roper going out, actually. That's pretty good. It's gone for about 50 bucks, I think it was. What else we got here? I'm just checking on the side. Some polo chinos, and then someone's come through and purchased some old stock that I got on clearance, which is nice. Some people are funny, right? I'm running a 20% coupon, and the guy, he insisted that I take his offers, and he only offered me, he thought he was getting it super cheap. He only offered me 15% on them, and I accepted. But if he had just purchased them and put the 20% on it, he would have got more. I don't know, people just want to win, I guess. I'm not complaining. He purchased 3 items, so I think I do appreciate it. All Nautica. So anyway, I'm going to get these packed up, get them out, and then I'm going to get back to photos. Hopefully you can hear me okay, because I just dropped sanitizer all over you. Anyway, sounds weird, doesn't it? We have just finished 40. Phone needs to charge, so I'm uploading the photos as well. But just to be frank, these are big jackets. Like, some of these have been pretty gnarly to get through. So they're really taking a bit of time. I don't usually do these, so I'm getting a good experience of what my photographer has to go through. But no, not too bad. Just had the tunes going and cracking along. I'm going to have a quick snack, have a quick break, have a sit down. And it's 3 o'clock now. I think we'll probably get to 50. I don't think we're going to get to the 60 today. If these were just jeans or just shirts, we probably would. But with all the zips and pockets and things to check, and it takes a little bit of effort. That's all right. I'm happy with this. Good little experience. I'm going to grab a muesli bar. There's the light. And all right, number 50 is done, and we've done all of this. Not too bad. I'm going to pack up now. Got to put all this away. Then got to get out of here. I've actually got to take a few things out of here as well. Got a consignment pick up tomorrow, so I need to take some of this with me. So we're going to do that for the next 15-20 minutes, and then we're getting out of here. Good morning, folks. It is, what's today? Thursday. And we're actually going to do a consignment pickup this morning. I've actually got to go to the storage unit first, and we've got the washing getting collected, and I've got to do a handover to give them more washing, the stuff that I sorted the other day. Then I'll be going to the consignment, bring all that back, we'll sort all that, and yeah, then pick, pack and post. So it doesn't really sound like much, but it's always an adventure. And we'll be getting lunch in there somewhere. I'm keen for Subway. It's it's just expected now. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a busy morning. It's 9 o'clock. Washing's coming at 9:30, so it'll be all hands on deck, and then we'll be back in the car and off to collect some goodies. So we'll see you in a jiffy, team. We'll see you in a jiffy. Oh, and we got Carla.
Hi. It's Carla.
All right, we've got all the clothes. Taking them down to be picked up. And now we're taking the ones we got back. So I'm going to drop these off. Then we're going to go pick up the consignment and then come back. Alright folks, we're actually back. We were a lot quicker than expected. Not a huge pickup today. So we've actually come back. We're going to do a pick, pack and post, sort some of this, and then we'll go have lunch. But we've got a few things. We've got some laptops. We've got, there's a Wii U in here somewhere. A whole bunch of cameras. And then we've got more laptops in here. And we've got this big boy here. So, not crazy amounts, but I'll take what I can get. All right, I'm going to set this up and then get into a pick, pack and post, and I'll show you what we've got going out. It's been a pretty quiet evening, pretty quiet day as well with sales. We've got 9 sales going out. Ben 10 went alright. He's gone over to the US actually. That has gone for 120, just the box. We've also got some just some basic stuff at Polo and some cool things here. This is a this was Planet Hollywood shirt. It's gone for about 60 bucks. Anyway, we're on 65,658. We have dropped down. We dropped back down. Sales have kind of pulled back a little bit, but that's okay. Motivates us to push a little bit harder. Postage is done. Now to go get lunch. Back. And we're back, team. We've got Carla on the tools. Very happy and impressed. She's sorting through phones and just the electronics. I'm going to start on a bale. Get this. I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably do jeans maybe. And get that ready so that on Friday I can just come in and I can just focus on doing photos of the electronics. So I finished sorting all the, I actually decided to do Carhartt and Dickies. I totally forgot I had these. Some pretty incredible things in here. This is the Eisenhower jeans pants. They're pretty cool. So we've got all pants, overalls, jeans, shorts, shirts, tees. And then over here we've got like vests. So this is like a puffer. Then we've got like a fishing gillet kind of vest. And some big jackets in there, and then I've got some just some hoodies and whatnot in here. I've never done these before, so this is all new for me. Again, trying new things. So I'm going to sort these now. I've got to check pockets, buttons, all that jazz, zips, and then I'll bag them, and then I'll move on to the next thing. Just want to give a shout out to old mate Collects. We're finally getting into this. It's only taken like 4 months, but Carla's helping sort through it and just putting it together and counting all the pieces and stuff. So appreciate you, dude. Alright, these are all sorted into their colours and respective types of categories. I'll now chuck them into bags. We've got some pretty big jackets here, which is pretty cool. Overalls are up there. They will also go out as well. Yeah, not too bad. And Carla is having a ball over here doing Legos. What a life. You meant to smile and be like, yeah, it's really good.
Who knew Duplo would be so difficult?
And this is meant to be for kids. Alright team, we're all done. I started on another one just here before. This is all hunting and military. They're all packed up. Carla finished with those. I'll go through all this tomorrow. And now we go home. Woohoo! Oh yeah, and you won't see Carla for 4 or 5 weeks. She's going home for a bit. Send help. Folks, and it was Friday. So today, a little bit of a different kind of day, which I know I say this a lot, but going to Backpacks this morning. It's 9:30, heading in there for a 10 a.m. For their annual giving day. Now, usually today they bring a whole bunch of different, I guess, sponsors or donors together, and they just have a bit of a community kind of, it's for a couple of hours, it's not for the full day actually, but they're trying to raise $50,000 today. I'm going just to support and obviously raise awareness for the $20,000 that we're raising. If you haven't checked out all those details, go check it out here. And then I'm going into the unit, into the shop. So Carla's, she's at the airport at the moment, and she's about to fly off. So we'll be sad without her for the next couple of weeks. But you know, she's just gone to see family and then come back because they live in the Philippines. She's got some time off, so she's going to go do that. And yeah, so today the focus, once I get once I finish up at Backpack for Big Kids, basically just be going to the shop, doing a pick, pack and post. Don't have many orders going out. It's been absolutely dead quiet for the last 24 hours, which is very frustrating. And then after that, I've got to do yeah, just some quick wins. So I've got a whole bunch of cameras, a whole bunch of phones that we got from yesterday's consignment that I'll process, and my photographer is going to be in the second half of the day, so they'll be doing clothing as well. Just for accountability, I've done my 30 live this morning. Also done a couple of videos and sent some podcasts scheduled and things like that. So it's been a pretty productive morning actually. So we'll go to Backpacks and then we'll go to shop, and then I'll give you a bit of update of what else is happening. So let's do it, and it's a beautiful day. Alright team, just finished up at Backpacks. They've raised over $23,000 for their annual giving day, which is pretty cool. That's just coming in from other organizations and sponsors, which is really, really good. And for those that don't know, today being the 7th of June, it's actually a National Donut Day. And look what we have here. Cheeky little donut. How about that? Alright team, we are here. I'm going to do a pick, pack and post. Quickly take you through what's happening. We've dropped down heaps. 65,213. We've dropped about $1,000, which makes sense because we had a few $1,000 days. But momentum has dropped completely this week, which is a bit unfortunate. But we'll continue to push forward. We're doing 30 listings a day. Sales, we've only got 8 items going out today, which is just crazy. It was like 2 weeks ago, we were sending like 17 a day. Anyway, I'm going to get these items out. There's a few different jackets and even a Winnie the Pooh bear as well. So I'll get those out. I'll show those to you, and then we'll get packing. Alright, so we've got this G-Star jacket going over to Denmark actually, which is pretty cool. Otherwise it's just some bread and butter stuff going here, some jeans and whatnot. And then we've also got Mr. Winnie the Pooh going out. He's gone for about $45. This one's gone for 51. I think it's 51 or 41. And we've got this puffer jacket going out for 79. That's a Kathmandu. Not too bad. Alright, so for Backpacks fundraiser that we started off last Wednesday, we did the raffles, $5 a pop, and the first main prize that went out was this Charizard PSA 10. Well done, Eddie. And then we had Old Mate Thrifter, he won another pack, and there's a nice card in there. And then we had a few other winners on some of the raffles. Alright team, postage is all done. I've actually been doing some photos already. I was waiting for someone to pay before I printed up, so I've been doing this. And then shortly, once I finish doing a couple more of those, I'm going to finish off doing this. And we've got to do a total of 10 bags. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got to do 4 more bags worth for Tuesday's pickup. Now I've started on the jeans. Bum, bum, bum. As you can see, there's quite a lot. I'll show you what it looks like at the end. Alright, sorry for all the darkness, but all the jeans are done. There was a total of 65 here. Essentially what I do is I take them through and I put them into their respective little codes. Like, you know, this is all 550s, 550s again, 541s, 520s, 517s, 14s, 13s. I think this is 11s. We've got 505s and then 2s and 1s over here. And then basically that way it gives me a good count of just the variety and the types that I've got. That's more just for my own numbers. And then I've got to go through, check all the buttons, check all the zips, check all the pockets, do all that, and then they're ready to go for washing. That's it folks, all done. Just wrapping up now. It's already 4:30. Probably won't actually come on Monday. I say that now, but I probably end up will. It is a long weekend this weekend, so Monday is a day off, but If I get a lot of sales, I'm going to come on Monday to make sure I'm good to go on Tuesday. Because Tuesday I'll be doing photos of clothing as well, and we've got the washing coming through. But if I don't have a lot of sales, which hopefully I do for the weekend, I probably won't come Monday. I'll probably take the day off. So that's it. I will see you when I'm looking at you. Might be going thrifting with Cameron tomorrow too. Ciao. So there you go. I would love to know your thoughts. What do you think? I mean, I think some of you had already predicted it. I know some people had been messaging, making jokes to me. It's like, oh, you're going to get another storage unit soon. And the intention was to actually get, as I had shared in the video, that I wanted to move into a warehouse. But because this opportunity arose, it just made sense to, take the opportunity as it was there. And I didn't think I needed it. But what kind of scared me was how quick I was able to make that decision and just know that this is the right thing to do. And this week, it has been great in terms of making that progress. To be honest, it's all a bit of a blur. Like it feels like I've had the unit for like a couple of weeks already, but it's only really been like 5-6 days. So really, really exciting to be able to share that. Really, really exciting to press into the next stages of the business as we continue to grow. But the lessons for this week is, number one is when a good opportunity comes, say yes, then figure out how. That comes from Richard Branson. It's one of the first books that I ever read, one of his biographies. And it really is a key point because we need to know what is important to make our business grow. And when that opportunity comes, you will know it. Therefore, you need to think about, is this going to make sense to do this now? Or do you shelve it? But at the same time, you need to think about, will this opportunity ever come again? And it's things like that. If there are opportunities that's going to get you closer to where your longer term goal is, do it. If it's an opportunity that maybe isn't within your ballpark in terms of where you want to be, or is it going to get you closer to where you want to be, maybe it's not worth, pursuing. And I think we need to be really, really careful about that. And that leads on to point number 2, or the lesson for this week, which is making decisions in confidence. Stopping with the doubt and knowing that, yes, this is the best decision to make at this point in time based on all the information that I have, which it was. And I'm not to say that you can't be scared when making decisions or, stepping out of your comfort zone, because that's normal. But you want to use that as fuel. Use that as a way to, dangle the carrot in front of your face, right? And to chase after it. And which leads to point number 3, or the lesson number 3, which is taking action. Whatever your journey is, whether it's business or maybe it's running or maybe you're trying to get a promotion, whatever it is, you've made it to this point in time. You know what you've had to do to retain that. You know what you've had to do to get to this point. So now how do you make that consistent, and how do you now start to make that trend in the right direction to the new, to the final outcome, or to the new position that you want to be at? And that really comes back on us. We really need to be the ones taking control, taking ownership, taking accountability of it. And like, this stuff scares me, but the week's been really great in terms of getting into a new routine, being able to process things. Even Friday, I had myself doing, the prep work of all the clothing. I had my photographer doing photos of stuff. This stuff usually takes 6 to 9 weeks to do. We've nearly processed the entire lot of 500 kilos within a week. Like, that's saving me a huge amount of time. Now to be able to just start to process it and double down in terms of getting listings and photos ready, and then having my, lister actually do that. And we're starting to ramp up. So it's very, very exciting. Also makes me nervous, and it makes me scared because more money, and maybe necessarily I haven't seen the results of that yet, but we've made it this far. We've put in the work and we got the results. So why would it be any different? So just some of the focus points before we get into the financials going into the new financial year, finishing up this month, is as we go into the new financial year, my focus is finishing up FY24 strong, making any financial decisions that's going to make sense to have them this side versus landing into the new financial year, and just doing those things. Any little tweaks and things that I need to do. For me, I met up with Ethan Rushock. He's my accountant. We had a tax planning session. That's been really great to be able to dial into the numbers and understand, okay, if I do this, I can save here. If I do that, won't make much of a difference. And understanding what does make sense for my tax, because I'm still a sole trader. So my taxable income is going to be everything that I earn from, which is maybe from shares, from my properties, from the business, and other side hustles and little things like that. So I need to take all of that into account. It's not just the business that you guys see here. The other thing is that I'll be starting to do is reflecting on FY24 and understanding what were the things that worked, what were things that didn't work, what were the changes, what were the drivers, all those little different things. And I encourage you to reflect too. But yeah, then also just getting ready for FY25 and the metrics and the focus areas that I want to do or I guess focus on for the new financial year. So lots happening. It's very exciting. In terms of the sales and revenue and all that jazz, the numbers, this week's been pretty low. We're actually below average for FY24. So my current average week in FY24 has been 3,761. At the moment, we're on 3,369. It's just about 10 a.m. We're a little behind the 8 ball today for this week, actually. We are a little bit above average in terms of dailies. So we should actually hit where we want to be today in terms of the week. But really, I can't just be doing average. I need to be doing a little bit better than average every day if possible to see that growth. So bit of a bummer there, but it is a long weekend. People are probably away. It is what it is. In terms of the month, new month, we're only, 9 days in. Per usual, have a lot of expenses come out the first half of the month. Wages, consignments, all that jazz. We're currently sitting at a month revenue of $4,937. We've done 102 sales. It's going pretty well, but all in all, things can change at any time for the better or the worse. We will start to firm these numbers up in the second half of the month. Anyway, that's it from me. If you do have any questions, comments, leave them down below. As long as you have a wonderful day. Cheers.